So, in case you haven't heard, you're being tracked when you're on the internet. I mean, unless you're doing some really fancy footwork, using a firewall, and then using some sort of box to like sling your IP address all around the internet and surfing with a .tor browser, you're being tracked. And this isn't always a bad thing. I mean, it prevents you from having to look at ads that don't interest you. And it also makes all the things that you want to buy cheaper because the companies that are selling them aren't wasting money reaching people who have no interest. So, in a couple of ways, it's good for you. So this is how this tracking software works. You go to a website. Doesn't really matter which one. Almost all websites have tracking cookies. A lot of them help the website load faster, or they keep data about when you were last there. For instance, say you're shopping online and you put things in your basket or you click like a favorite on a particular item. Well, the reason when you go back to that website that item is still in your shopping cart or favorited is because there are tracking cookies. But there are other ways of tracking you online. For instance, every time you search Google, they memorize your various searches so they know the things you're interested in. They know how likely you are to click on any one of their banner ads. And then on top of that, they know how likely you are to buy the thing that you clicked on the ad for. So you get all these numbers associated with you, like 25% of the time he clicks on an ad, and 25% of the time that he clicks on an ad, he buys the thing. So, depending on your view of measurement dependence, either there has been a split created and multiple worlds have emerged out of just this one instance where I choose either to click or not to click, or you have a view of measurement dependence where, well, each time I see this page, it's slightly different, or either my state of mind is different, or the thing that causes me to click, the very fact that I clicked, makes it a different phenomenon than the times that I don't click, so that you can't really say that we're looking at the same behavior. And this is interesting because it's a sort of measurement dependent situation where once I do click, it creates an alteration in my profile. It's continually altering the numbers that are associated with how I surf the web and how often I click these ads. So I am sort of simultaneously reacting to and creating this profile version of me that's sort of superimposed upon my behavior online. What I think would be a really interesting quandary would be, what if the backlash against adware and tracking cookies became so big that the people who use them and make money off of them, Google, Facebook, really powerful companies, were looking for ways to try and change our opinion of them. And who's to say they aren't doing this now, but we can put our tinfoil hats away for now. I guess what I'm saying is, if they knew that there was a rising disinterest in being tracked, if they knew that people were becoming disgruntled about it, do you think that they'd be able to leverage our profiles against us? Because these profiles are huge, sweeping demographic profiles that lump us in to groups on, politics and various cultural groups, racial groups, music, everything. And they would be able to market to us the very concept of tracking us by using these profiles, so that this tracking is sort of self-perpetuating. So a strange thing happens when you consider that the profile that's created influences us, and then after we're influenced by it, we create more data that in turn influences that profile. We're not really aware of its operations on a moment-by-moment basis, but we know it exists, and sometimes we sort of notice it. Sometimes you notice an ad, you're like, oh, that's only there because I clicked on that one thing that one time. But there are other times where it's almost invisible, and we don't even realize how attracted we are to something, or how our perception is being shaped by the thing that we in turn shape. And the question becomes, is that thing a part of us? When we get online, is that a part of our sort of subconscious construct, if it influences our perception, just like our subconscious mind does, should we consider it a piece of us? Do things have to be connected to us in a physical way for us to consider them a piece of us? This is a representation of who we are as consumers. And in a consumer society, I think that says a lot. If you have any more questions or you want to learn more about this, I really recommend going to the digital art spectacle that is Do Not Track. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the section below there. I think the details or info. And thank you very much. Have a nice day.